Good evening, everyone. I spent some time going through the budget and watching the discussions, and there's one thing that I keep coming back to. Before Dallas decides how much money a program gets, the city is starting to score these programs based on how important they are. That sounds reasonable. We have limited money. We should know what's working, what's required, and where's our money going, right? But then I actually looked at how the scoring actually works. Whether something is legally required is worth 25% of the score. Whether there's evidence it works is 20%. Cost recovery is 15%. But resident demand, 5%. And then I got to the definition of a core city program. The city's own rubric specifically says it uses libraries and rec centers and community centers and cultural centers as examples of programs that are not core. They get a 0 out of 4 on that part of the score. And that's where I stopped. Because I don't think most people in Dallas know what's happening. Think about your neighborhood. Maybe your library is where your kid goes after school. Maybe your rec center is where you play basketball. Maybe you've never stepped inside each one of those. But if it disappeared tomorrow, your neighborhood would still lose something. And that's the problem with trying to put everything a city does into a formula. Just because I didn't use something last year doesn't mean I don't value it. I didn't call the fire department last year, but I'm happy that they're there so I can call them. And there's another question I think we need to ask. What happens when a service is incredibly important to one part of Dallas but not heavily used citywide? Because Dallas isn't starting from an equal place. Some neighborhoods already have more parks and infrastructure than others. But if we're not careful, we could look at a neighborhood that has less and less than use a service and use that as evidence so we can give them even less. That's not efficiency. That's just inequality getting baked into that spreadsheet. And I'm not saying we should throw this whole system away. I actually like the idea of asking whether these programs work. But if we're going to use these scores to help decide where billions of dollars go, then show us the scores. Put them online. Tell us who scored each program. Tell us why it got the score that it did. Show us the evidence and let residents see how their library, their rec center, their housing program were evaluated. And here's what worries me most. A year from now, I don't want someone standing here saying, sorry, this program was low priority. And the public's first response being, wait, who decided that? That's the conversation we should be having from now on before the cuts, not after. Because this really isn't about a spreadsheet, it's about something simpler. What do we think a city owes the people who live here? And there's a question to a formula that can help us answer, but it shouldn't get us to answer it for us. Thank you.